Votov and a good gebench dior. You're right. I mean, to say it's a funny position is to, to underball it. We're in a process, Bezras Hashem, and whatever the process is going to lead to will be good. But we're getting to know each other, and Bezras Hashem, come the second Iz Yontif, we'll get there. A person can't go to the second Iz Yontif without Yom Kippur, without all of the prerequisite preparations for such an undertaking. But I'm not going to give a shear. That's certainly not what I'm going to do. I told Jake that. I'm exhausted myself. Just the work of these days is a heavy process. Rosh Hashanah, Seres Tshuva, whatever it means for a person. Whatever added level of attention it demands, it's a tiring process sometimes, and we all go through it. But to talk together, to sit and talk like friends, and I could share with you what I've been thinking about. That's what I want to do. To make a very clear public service announcement, this is certainly not a tshuva drasha or a Shabbos tshuva drasha. That's something else entirely. But what I've been thinking about with regards to Yom Kippur is that really the Ikar Avoda, the main job, is to come to recognize that the way we are ourselves is the way Hashem meets us at every moment. We come as we are. We come as we are, and we try and we learn to figure out who we are and what we want to be and who we were. But at the end of the day, every moment, if a person is mindful enough, so then that moment itself, a person comes to the recognition that, Hineni, I'm here with Hashem right now, exactly as I am, with all of my desires and my yearnings as I am, in the moment itself. And at Rosh Hashanah, we say to Hashem, we're willing to accept you as king as you are, as we understand you. Obviously, as Hashem is something far beyond what we could ever think about. But as we understand you, we say to Hashem, we say, we're going to have another year with you, and sometimes we're not close with you, sometimes we don't understand you, sometimes we don't know if we believe in you, but we're going to do another year. This is what that tzaddikim say, why by the beginning of Shacharis on Rosh Hashanah, the Shliach Tzibor says Hamelech from in back of the Beis Medrash. Not in back, but not at the podium, not at the Amud. And the tzaddikim say that what the Shliach Tzibor is saying is that we're declaring you king. We're saying you're the Melech, specifically from this place. We're not at the front yet. We're being makabel you as Melech when we are in the middle of the process. We don't know who you are, but we're makabel you as Melech. And Yom Kippur is really a time where a person, or Hashem says to us, I'm makabel you as you are. I'm makabel you as you are. Yom Kippur is a mikvah. A person doesn't go to a mikvah unless they need to go to a mikvah. The prerequisite for the kedusha of a mikvah, the prerequisite for holiness, is the recognition that a person is in need of a mikvah. If I don't need a mikvah, then a mikvah is not going to do anything. Mikvah comes from the language of hope. Tikva, kivoy, that's what the Ramchal says. The Indian of hope, a hope for a new year, a hope for a new shlav, a hope for a new level in avodas Hashem and personal relationship, another step forward in our lives with our children, with our friends, with our job. That hope, that's the mikvah Yisrael Hashem. That's what the day of Yom Kippur is. It's a mikvah. A person goes into Yom Kippur with all of their baggage. We'll use a soft lashon. All of our baggage, all of our pekalach that we've gathered around ourselves over the year. Rosh Hashanah, we say, Hashem, look at all this baggage you've given me this year, but still, you're Hamelech, you're a Melech. Rosh Hashanah, sometimes the only way to recognize you're Melech, Hashem, is with a soundless cry, without words, but at least you'll listen to that too. Yom Kippur is where a person comes with that baggage and says, okay, I'm ready to let go of it. I'm ready to let the day do its work. Hashem, let me remember. Let me return back to that place of mayim b'mayim, being in water. In that place before complication, in that place before our burdens and our heaviness and our hang-ups and all of the expectations and resentments, and to that place of the purity of the mayim, the taharas hamayim, that mayim b'mayim, before creation even happened. Water preceded human beings. In mayim ela Torah, in mayim ela or, mayim represents that purity, That Hashem says, I'm going to be mataher you. I'm going to see beyond anything and see the Nekuda Pnimius in you. That's what Hashem is saying to us on Yom Kippur. That come as you are with Yechida Shebenefesh, with that part of yourself that can never go away. And not because of lack of trying to make it go away. Rabbi Nachman makes that very clear. It's not like, oh, we always want that place within us. It's just that it's not ours to defile. It's not ours to let go of. It's the Yechida Shebenefesh. It's the singularity of the self, that deepest point in our hearts and our minds and our anxieties and our hopes and our dreams, where we come to the recognition that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's only you, and without you, there's absolutely nothing. Ashreichem Yisrael, praiseworthy Yisrael, mi mitaher eschem. Who purifies you? Who brings you purity? Me. Who is associated with Yom Kippur? It's a day where we ask ourselves, who are we? What is the most essential part of who we are? And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is mitaher us. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us this one day a year where nothing else matters. Nothing matters but the encounter with Hashem, and settling the mind and davening and saying the words of tefillah and believing for a moment, in the deepest way, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with me at every moment. That's the avodah of Yom HaKippurim. It's not about what I'm going to be like in this upcoming year. We always have to be wondering what we're going to be like. The avodah of Yom HaKippurim is Itzuma Shel Yom Machaper. The day itself brings restitution, it brings refinement, it brings geula, it brings personal redemption. Yom Kippur, going through Yom Kippur makes us a different person, because ultimately it reflects the fact that we're all trying to become new people at every moment. Coming into the mikvah, where we're vulnerable with Hashem, we say, yeah, you know what? Al chet shachatanu lefanecha. We say it all day. All day. We're just saying to Hashem, I did all of this. And some of us did none of it, and some of us did all of it. But we all do our thing, you know? It's like it's no one else's business. But other than you and Hashem. But we come with our chatayim, we come with our hang-ups, and we're knocking on our heart. What are we saying when we knock on our heart? When we knock on our heart, it could be like, I'm so sorry, I feel it deep in my heart. But there's also a way of looking at it that when we knock our heart, the heart is the seat of like emotions, of subjectivity, of confusion, of feeling. The mind is a place of like, okay, you know what you're supposed to do. And on that level, you have to do what you need to do. And if you're not doing what you need to do, then you're wrong. We all know that mahalach of the mind, of a dry seichel without a heart. But the place of the heart is the place of Rabbas Machshavas B'Lev Ish. There's so many different thoughts in man at every moment. It's the site of anxiety. It's the bahala. What the tzaddikim, what this tzaddik, Rav Yitzchak Morgenstern, refers to as the lev tohu, that a person feels on Yom Kippur, this chaotic heart of, oh my gosh, I'm so mibulbal, I don't know where I am in the world, I don't know what I want for myself. When we klap chet, we're hitting the heart and we're saying, Hashem, like, I'm going to apologize for everything, but you want to know, like, where the real source of all of this is? It's my heart. It's the fact that you put me in a world where I have to question. And if you were to just open my heart, Hashem, purify my heart, lev tahor barali elikim, God has created a purified heart within me. Hashem, if you purify my heart, then I'll let my heart, go straight for the Torah, go straight for Avodah, go straight for Emunah and Hiskashrus and Dveikus and connectivity. But until then, Hashem, it's my heart. You're going to blame me? It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I'll say sorry, but we both know the joke here. Rav Wolbe, Schus Yogan Aleinu, writes in one of his letters that when we say Al Chet Shachatanu Lefanecha, for this transgression, I don't like the word sin. It's in my humble opinion, on a certain level, a Goyish word, but a transgression on a certain level. Transgression means to just go in the wrong way, whatever boundary we set up for ourselves, whatever boundary we authentically desire for ourselves, our families, our minds, our lives. And we go over it for whatever reason. There's infinite reasons and there's no reasons. It's just what happens. We say, I'm still right in front of you, Hashem. The transgression that I experienced while I was still standing right in front of you. That's the Hakara of Yom Kippur, that all of the distance and all of the things that felt like they were dragging me so far away, okay, fine, I have to figure out my way back, but I'm with you. I'm lefanecha. I'm with you at every moment, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and that's matayr me in that moment. That's my mikvah. The mikvah of Emunah, the mikvah of the apex of Yom HaKippurim, of Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. What the heck does that have to do with anything? We're apologizing and we're doing insane korbanos. You know, what shaykhus is to Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, Hashem is Echad. Avada, we know, but like, why is that the culmination? Because Avada, everything is coming to teach us Hashem Echad. Hashem, you're with me at every moment. And it takes korbanos sometimes, you know. Kirva, karvel nafshi giyalai, the language of korbanos is a desire to come close. And a person has to make sacrifices in their lives every moment. It's a sacrifice to serve Hashem. Every moment to accept upon oneself the Ol Malchus Shemayim, the yoke of heaven, the willingness to care about what they do in this world, the willingness to ask ourselves, what do I want to be? What is important to me? What are my boundaries? What am I davening to? How do I learn how to daven? How do I play music? How do I sing? All of this is Yom Kippurim. And it leads to Sukkot, Savada, and it leads to Hanukkah, and it leads to Purim, you know, it's all, and then it leads back. But the ikar of avodah of Yom Kippurim is to be nichnas into the avodah of the Kohen Gadol, to realize that we each have a Kohen Gadol in us. The Kohen Gadol who enters into the holiest place in the entirety of the world, and the holiest point in the calendar of the world, and the holiest soul, right? So you have all three levels aligned: the personality, Aaron HaKohen, Kohen Gadol, a time, Yom HaKippurim, and the place, the Kodesh HaKadoshim. And it was the only time he could go in. That's all happening with us also. We all have an Aaron HaKohen. We all have a Kodesh HaKadoshim. We're all barred access from that Kodesh HaKadoshim. We don't even know it exists. If you told us it was right in front of us, we wouldn't believe you. We all have a Kodesh HaKadoshim. And on Yom Kippur, at a certain point, consciously or unconsciously, we enter in. And to be open to it and to say to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the morning, you know, I'm going to be present to you. I'm going to daven to you. I'm going to do a cheshbon hanefesh, think about myself, think about what I need to do, and try and focus. The thing about Yom Kippurim is that it's specifically when you lose your mind that you're finally able to just be present in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu without cheshbonos. The harder the fast gets, the hungrier one gets, the harder it is to be mindful. As Mamela, we ascend beyond all of our specific requests or expectations and hang-ups, and we enter into a place of pure presence in front of Hashem, pure sound, pure whiteness, the kitlils, and everyone is, you're there. You're not thinking about being there. You're not wondering why you're there. You're there in your hunger, in your ra'avon and desire, and all of those things that we feel. Yom Kippur is like, it's meant to be the day where we're supposed to be most like malachim, but it's the day we feel most human. It's the day we feel time the most. It's the day we feel hunger the most. But that's the ikr nakuda. Hashem is saying on Yom Kippur, you're higher than the malachim because you struggle. That's what you have to do. And Be'ezus Hashem, we should be zoichet to a gemar chasima tova, to be written in the book of life, in the book of the true tzaddikim, ha'amitiim, and to be a year of growth together. And you know, tahara only leads to kedusha. You know, kadosh is a different darga altogether. You know, there's tahara and then there's kadosh, it's something else. But the Be'ezus Hashem will be zochet to grow and learn from each other. And everyone should have a wonderful Yom Kippur and easy fast, and it should be a wonderful year. Be'ezus Hashem. Okay, Chevra. Shavua Tov. I'm sorry I can't stick around for longer, but there'll be more Mitzvah Hashem. Shavua Tov.
Oh, yeah, perfect.